welcome to Intro Skippers. This week we have a mini episode for you because I just got back from vacation and Jason's got a lot of travel and other stuff coming up as well. So we are just going to be talking about our stuff instead of things that you can find on streaming entertainment channels this week, period.
Yeah.
But watch Jimmy Kimmel if you can and try and support free speech. That comes from me.
Mm-hmm. I have a cool Jimmy Kimmel thing I'm going to tell you about.
Okay.
But we'll talk when we get to my
No,
when we
I
get
want
to
to
my
know it
stuff.
now.
Oh, so the guitar player for Jimmy Kimmel is playing tonight with me.
Oh, nice.
At the Ozzy Osbourne tribute. So tonight, if you guys listen to this the day it posts on Tuesday, tonight I'm singing at the Whiskey A Go-Go, the Hollywood tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. And it just so happens that Jimmy Kimmel's guitarist is one of the other musicians playing.
That's rad. Will Guillermo be there?
I don't know. I don't know if Guillermo will be
I
there
don't
or
think
not.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
He's probably going to be around for the big return of the show today, which good for him.
They're probably taping it right now. That's the thing. So our thing doesn't happen till 10. Their taping will be long
he could
done.
Be anywhere in LA
by then. You're right. But
my guess
Toshi
is like it's kind of a
us.
special show, though, right?
The Kimmel show tonight?
Yeah, tonight is a special show.
I'm taping that thing for sure. I'm watching that thing.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I've just gotten back and I've just gotten over jet lag and I haven't caught up on my John Oliver, Jon Stewart, any of the great commentary on what's going on. But I can't wait to do so because I very strongly disagree with Kimmel being removed for saying what, by the way, you can't fire me. I'm freelance.
Yeah, but he didn't say anything. But anyway.
He didn't say anything.
So, I agree with you.
If you get me started, I won't stop. And that's what this video will be about. But it's supposed to be about other stuff.
Did you hear about this when you were in Vietnam?
I absolutely did.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was still reading websites. I was still checking the internet. Mm-hmm. You know, they do have the internet over there.
What?
So
I know they do.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
So as you may know, I am half Vietnamese, but I cannot speak Vietnamese, and I've never been to Vietnam. My mother, as you may guess, is a refugee from the Vietnam War. Though over there, they call it the American War. Isn't that messed up?
Not really. They probably should call it
messed up. It's more of a civil war, but you know, the way it shook out, they very much have their own point of view, which is very different from the American Vietnamese point of view. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's something that many Americans, not just ones with any Vietnamese heritage, might feel going over to Vietnam is that they don't care about the war and they see it very differently.
Interesting.
Because the country is communist now, and the South Vietnamese, who are largely the Vietnamese Americans of today, they didn't forget about the war. That was hugely traumatic and mind altering. But the amount of propaganda is wild. Granted, I did come right after National Day, which is this big holiday celebrating Ho Chi Minh, who is, according to my family and many Vietnamese Americans, a bad guy. But to them, he's like the father of the nation, you know? They have his embalmed corpse that you can look at, much like Lenin's.
Oh.
There were flags everywhere of the Vietnamese flag, which is a red field with a yellow star, much like the shirt that Steven Universe wears. The cartoon character.
Were you like, hey, Steven Universe?
No,
Anybody?
I know what it is. But I did find this really funny Reddit thread where this guy was saying he wore a Steven Universe shirt in Orange County, California. And this old Vietnamese man got mad at him because he was like, you're wearing the communist shirt. That's messed up. And he got really mad. And he told him, no, I'm not wearing that shirt. This shirt is for a show about, it's for queer children. And he said that the old Vietnamese man didn't like that either.
Double whammy.
Yeah. But that flag paired with the hammer and sickle is freaking everywhere.
Wow.
And there's lots of reverential photos of Ho Chi Minh everywhere. And I, so a lot of people, I traveled the whole country, north to south. And a lot of people will take the train or a limousine van or some kind of vehicle. I took a plane because I realized through watching many YouTube videos that the plane is only a little bit more expensive and saves a lot of time compared to taking a train. Let's say a 16-hour train trip versus a 1-hour plane trip,
Yeah.
and a $40 cost versus a $50 cost.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it's
Okay.
really close. So I took their local airlines, Vietnam Airlines, and they had this propaganda video of an old woman like crying and thinking about the war in the 70s, and then she like saw modern day Vietnam and she was like, wow, it's so hopeful, it's amazing, yeah. And she was like smiling and children were playing and birds were chirping and the color scheme got bright again. And repeatedly I saw propaganda that was like, isn't it great to live in a peaceful nation? We should all be happy for peace. And it's like, yeah, peace at the price of communism. A
Yeah.
lot of Southern California Vietnamese people who I'm related to or not related to would be very pissed off at the amount of propaganda there. But
Did
that's
you
what it
get
is
pissed
now.
off, or were you more like looking
I'm
at it from a
distanced from it.
neutral? Okay.
Yeah, my mom was like, be careful what you say. It's not a free country there. You can get in trouble. And yeah, I think you can get in trouble. The visa process seemed like it gave me many opportunities to get myself in trouble. But yeah, I have some distance, and most people don't even recognize me as Vietnamese or Asian at all. I mean, I may have mentioned this before, but like Asian people tend to think I'm white, and white people tend to think I'm Asian. And it's this whole process of people only seeing what's other as opposed to what's the same, which I've noticed and I think sucks and says a lot about people. People think you're both when you're mixed race, but you're actually neither, which is
Yeah.
it's pretty alienating. You just learn to that not everyone, you don't have that inbuilt community that a lot of people have, but you have to find it other ways. And it's not meant to be sad, Jason. Say something in response.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like anything I say is going to be wrong, so I'm just like,
Well, it's
I'm
something I
tracking with you.
realized in like
Yeah.
young childhood. So, or
Hmm.
not young, old childhood, young adulthood, where it's just something I've come to terms with. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is a truth. And, you know, I knew I wouldn't feel kinship, like these are my people, when I went to the country, and I
Mhm.
didn't, because I was like, these people are really different from me.
But you were, you did find your mom's school. I thought that was fascinating.
I found
That
her
was
high
really
school
cool.
because it was one of the few things still standing. I should point out my mother lived in Saigon, which is now called Ho Chi Minh City. But if you ask again, people who were refugees, it's Saigon.
Right.
I found her high school, which is actually really close to the memorial of that monk who he lit himself on fire in
Yeah.
protest. And that was a cool memorial. And
It
you know,
was.
thinking about what he did was pretty amazing. So I got to do both of those in one because I just happened to see, oh, there's a huge statue of a monk on fire. I wonder what that is. So it's easy to figure out what that was. But I went to her home address and, she said, it's not going to be there. They knocked everything down. And she's right. It
Wow.
wasn't there. It was like a bookstore and some other, commercial small businesses. And then she said I could check out her university, but that actually moved somewhere else. So I decided not to. And yeah, I mean, the country changed a lot since I think she left during college or like extremely shortly after. No, she has a degree. So she must have come right after college.
Okay.
But yeah, now she spent 2/3 of her life in America, and she's told me, that doesn't mean much to me anymore. And I think I've always kind of understood, but I think there's a lot of deep sadness there, and in many people like her, where it's like I have to let go of that life and start a new life, and that's not me anymore.
Yeah.
And I think many people, feel that way through many different kinds of trauma. Like my house burned down when I was 13. So I
Yeah.
feel like I let go of that. And I think a lot of people who lost their homes similarly or were displaced one way or another might have very similar feelings where, like I said earlier, I don't really have a community to go to. And, many people don't really have a childhood home to go to anymore. And it's sad, but it's common. I guess the world just keeps going and pushing,
Yeah.
whether you're ready for it or not. And these things, these objects around us are really impartial to it.
Absolutely. My
Yeah.
my childhood home's gone too. I went to it recently, and it's a completely different house. So kind of
Yeah,
wild.
it's
you know?
weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
My grandparents' house got sold and completely, what is it? It's like flipped because it was the
Oh
same from
yeah.
when they bought it.
Yeah. Mm,
And it looks so stupid now.
I bet.
And because I just saw it on Redfin.
Oh wow.
And my dad actually went to the open house and it made him really upset. And that's why I didn't go to the open house. Because it's just like, yeah, I know you ruined my grandparents' house and my grandparents are gone forever. Thanks for the reminder.
Man, yeah, some things are just best left
Things change, man.
untouched. Yeah. But overall,
But
you had a really good time on the trip for the
I
most
had
part?
yeah, it was pretty good. It was hot the entire time in every
Yeah.
region. I was
Yeah.
told like every region would have different weather, but turns out all three are just really hot. It rained a little, but it was hot. There was a lot of sun and it was hot, and it was humid and it was hot. Were the three different regions.
Yeah.
So I started in the north, which is
Mhm.
Hanoi, and that is probably the most chaotic city I've ever been to in my life. There,
Really?
I mean, when you go to Vietnam, there's a shock because of how much traffic there is. There's just motorbikes, millions, literally millions of motorbikes. I think they said the city had, I don't remember. I'm going to throw out a number. It's not right. The city has 7 million people and there are 6 million motorbikes. Like that's about the ratio where almost everyone has a motorbike because the cars are taxed so heavily, people can't afford them. So they all buy these things, and
did they look kind of like scooters almost?
they look like scooters or Vespas, kind of.
When I was in Guangzhou, China, I took a video of all of them parked together, like blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks of them all just smushed
there's like
together.
no traffic laws and crosswalks like we have. It's just like everywhere. And the honking, in the US when they honk, it's like, hey, move, get out of the way. There's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
People just honk to communicate anything in Vietnam. Like,
Oh, wow.
I'm here. I'm coming. Look over there.
I'm leaving.
Watch out. You made a mistake. Hello. What's up? Just like the honking never stops. The traffic never stops. You kind of just have to like cross like in Frogger, where it's like you walk out a little and you stare someone down, and then you walk out a little and you stare someone down, and that's how you cross the damn street. And I got used to it after a while. There's the lifestyle of Hanoi was not something I was ready for. It's extremely densely populated. The traffic, as I mentioned, is a little scary. It's very touristic. A lot of stands sell the same crap that you can buy anywhere else. I think there's a company called Shopee, which is a lot like Temu or Alibaba.
Yeah.
Where you can just bulk buy a lot of like tourist garbage.
Oh,
and,
okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Don't buy it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I try to avoid touristy stands and stuff when I'm traveling in other countries, just because I know of that.
It's all garbage, man.
Yeah.
So I did find some stores that were like local artists, things like that. I was able to, I didn't buy things right away because I wanted to see what is the thing I'm going to see tons of. I'm not going to buy that. So I waited until more the end of my trip to buy stuff. And I think that's a good move if you are in another country. So you don't buy the thing that...
The first thing you see, you get all excited about it.
The
and then
fast
you're like,
fashion thing that is a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Like, so I wanted to buy one of those coffee fins. It's like the coffee with a little thing on top that's like a filter.
Okay.
It's like for Vietnamese coffee. But it turns out like they are very, one, mass produced, the ceramic ones, and two, the ceramic ones suck. They don't work that well. My hotel had one in the room, and I was thinking, this is one of the worst cups of coffee I've ever had. I don't like Robusta, which is like all they have. That's like the famous Vietnamese coffee is Robusta. And we tend to drink typically Arabica at coffee shops here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I think it tastes burnt. There's very little nuance. But, you know, that's my opinion. If you love it, don't send me emails.
You didn't much care for the airline either.
No.
The internal airline.
No.
Right?
Well,
I saw a post about that or a story.
Vietjet, how they okay, so my flight was I did fly Vietnam Airlines. That was the one with the propaganda. That was like the standard airline. Then I flew Vietjet.
That was from
Hanoi
LA.
to Da Nang. No, from LA I flew Korean Airlines, and it was great.
Yeah, that's
and then
a great
the way
airline.
back I flew Starlux, and that was great. That's a Taiwanese airline.
Oh
my gosh. I'm going to recommend Starlux to everyone I know.
Okay, great. Starlux.
You should fly it to Japan, even though I think it doesn't go there.
Well, and my tickets to Japan have already been purchased. Could you imagine if they weren't and I'm leaving on Saturday?
That'd be messed up.
Somebody would be paying out the wazoo for that.
I've had to do that before for another company, but it was on the corporate card, so that's their problem. And I told them to book me earlier, and they didn't, so that's their problem. Anyway, Vietjet. So the flight was scheduled at 8 a.m. The night before, they delayed it to 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
But then that airline is famously known for delays. They're like the spirit of the frontier of Vietnam. You know, like they're not good. It's a budget airline. And then I finally got on board the plane at 10 p.m., like more than 12 hours in my originally scheduled flight. And I got super late into Saigon. That was Da Nang to Saigon. And I missed a bunch of stuff that would have been nice with checking in. And
took your whole day out.
It kind of did. It kind of ruined my whole day. So never fly Vietjet Airlines, everyone, and always fly Starlux Airlines. I don't really use Twitter anymore, so I can't scream at airlines the way I used to. So just use this little clip to guide you traveling to and in Asia.
Did you ever scream at an airline and they like wrote you back?
Yeah, because what I would do is I would just say something normal.
Mm-hmm.
Or I would complain through the normal channels, rather. Nothing would happen.
Right.
Nothing. And then I would tweet, at United Airlines, you messed up by blank, 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 and blank. And this is terrible. Everyone on the flight is upset. We're all getting COVID thanks to you, et cetera, et cetera.
And then they would be like, we're so sorry. That'd be unsatisfactory.
Boom, let's fix this now. And
nice.
It's like, oh, so you weren't going to care until it was public. I have to be an asshole for this to work. I can't do this the polite way.
Yeah.
I really hate it when being an asshole gets rewarded because it teaches you and me, not you, but like anyone.
Right.
But me, which I don't like, that I have to be an asshole to get my way. And I don't want to. I don't want to do it. But I will do it because if it's the only thing that works, it's the only thing that works.
Yeah. I wonder if that goes back to like humans' resistance to being yelled at.
Well, we all tend to like absorb negative feedback more than positive feedback. And it's true. Like 100 people could say, hey, I like you. You're great. And one person's like, you're a bitch and you don't deserve anything you've ever gotten. That's the one I'll internalize. And that's why I stay off of YouTube now.
I've had some interesting YouTube comments in my day, for sure. Still, to this day, I get some interesting ones.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It happens. You know what I did that's helped a lot on Instagram is I made it so you can only comment on my photos if you follow me. And then you need that one extra little step of, oh yeah, you want to call me names? Follow me. They won't do it. Give me a follow.
Oh, wow.
Give me a follow. Oh, you can't? And it's like, yeah, you could follow, write something nasty, and unfollow, but they don't do that. It's just that one extra little bit of effort.
Well.
Anyway, Vietnam was cool.
Okay. Bottom line.
No. I had a great time. I learned different things. I don't think I would go to the north again, though I would happily go back to Central and South Vietnam again. Da Nang is a city that's becoming known for expats and digital nomads, but it was really cool. I got to see the Golden Dragon Bridge, do the fire and water show. It was pretty chill there, and a very nice surprise. Hoi An, great. I would say the thing I don't like is a lot of places that sell things in Vietnam, like not stores, but stalls.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very aggressive hard sale that I hate. And it actually, like, I would go into situations wanting to buy something, and then the pressure they would put on me repelled me entirely. Like, I do not want to haggle. I do not want you in my face, and I do not want you following me around and talking the whole time while I'm trying to browse.
Yeah, and that's just like the culture there.
I don't know who this works on, but not me. I'm sure it works on someone, or they wouldn't do it. But I don't know who that demographic is. I'm not in street level marketing.
Well, our mini episodes often come in the length of full length episodes. So
no,
I don't know. I think we're getting there.
I love talking a lot, and it just keeps going. But yeah, I'll try to post photos and videos to my Instagram account. I haven't gotten around to it yet because I am just now getting over jet lag. I have not reacclimated to life. I have not reacclimated to trying to freelance and get different jobs. Oh my God, Jason, help bring me back to Earth.
Okay, well maybe this is the linchpin that starts it all. We had to schedule this.
Yeah, maybe actually.
And in typical fashion, I was late, like always, because I'm a musician. I'm a musician.
Incredibly late. When I see Macy Gray, I expect her to start on time. And Lauryn Hill, and every other musician on Earth.
What about Guns N' Roses when he notoriously delays showtime by like 3 hours?
I think in my head, I don't really want to see Guns N' Roses, period. But I would listen to Lauryn Hill, even though she's going to never show up.
Mm-hmm. There actually was a country singer named George Jones, very famous country singer. His nickname was No Show Jones. He wouldn't just delay, he just wouldn't show up.
Why?
And the license plate on his main car was No Show. Because he thought it was funny.
Why are you proud of this, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. No Show Jones.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Do musicians make most of their money from touring?
It depends, but yeah, I mean, that is definitely a good piece of income, touring.
Okay.
For sure.
'Cause I would figure you would do it, even if you're late. You just wouldn't cancel it if you could help, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know why. Maybe he made most of his money from radio play and recordings.
And that is no longer possible in this current climate.
It is not. Nothing at all.
I've seen how much Spotify returns are, and it's awful and pathetic.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got a hit on Spotify, you're fine. But if you don't, it's like this really tight triangle of who makes money on streaming services when you're a musician.
That is very sad. Yeah. I don't love that. But tell me about, speaking of music and the industry and how hard it is, let's talk about what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, a couple of things. Thursday, I'm heading out into the desert to play at Wasteland Weekend. That's
this weekend?
It is.
Fun!
And it's the 15th anniversary of it.
No way!
And I'm playing on the Thursday night, which is technically the pre-kend, not the weekend, because I got to fly to Tokyo on Saturday.
That sounds even more fun.
It is.
I've always wanted to go to Wasteland, but I have been to Tokyo. So that's,
Okay. Well, next year we got to get you decked out and we'll go to Wasteland.
I know why I don't go to Wasteland. I hate camping.
Oh, well, I mean, it's only a few hours from LA. You could technically wake up really early, go all day, and then go home.
Is there a hotel nearby?
Yeah, there is. There's like
Is
a
there
Motel
air
6.
conditioning? Motel 6?
There's a Motel 6
Now I
in
know I haven't
California
been.
City. You could always rent an RV with AC.
I am such an indoor cat.
You could go glamping.
I went camping for the first time with our other mutual friend who also hated camping, Grant Imahara. And we were both like, why are we out here in the woods when there is civilization with air conditioning and computerized things? Like, why are we doing this? What is the point of us doing this?
Getting back to nature, getting back to the roots of the primordial man or something.
I'm not from the forest. So I think that's why I haven't been to Wasteland. I have another mutual friend who loves Wasteland, who is Andrew Fogel. Who has directed many of your music videos and has used to produce my show. And he was telling me about going into the Thunderdome. Is that what it's called? Where people are on bungee cords from this large metal round structure and they just start hitting and attacking people.
With Nerf weapons.
Yeah, but people still lose teeth and break bones, Jason. Like, let's not sugarcoat it.
They do. And it's based off of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. If you haven't seen that movie, I
have seen it, but I don't think I would do that because I really don't want a chipped tooth or a black eye. That's fair.
That's totally fair.
You know, I used to think I was really cool and kick-ass, but I just can't. I don't want you to chip my tooth, or I don't want to break a bone in the middle of the desert, which I'm sleeping in. This is, you know, I'm understanding what makes me happy, and it's being in 4 walls and a roof
with air conditioning.
One attacking me.
I still think you're cool and badass, so you don't have to go to Wasteland to do that. But
I'll use mental warfare.
The way my week is working is tonight, the Ozzy Osbourne tribute concert.
Yeah.
I'm singing 2 songs on Thursday night, Wasteland weekend. Saturday, I fly to Tokyo, and then I have 2 concerts on Monday and Tuesday at Budokan, which is a really famous arena in Japan. And I'm singing with the Primals, which is Soken, the composer of Final Fantasy XIV. It's his rock band. And
that is so cool.
So we're singing rock arrangements of the Final Fantasy XIV songs.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be so busy, but I think so rewarding.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's nothing like it. I am so grateful that I'm part of that very small, tight-knit group. They've already announced fan fests for next year. There's going to be Anaheim, so maybe I can sneak you in there so you can see one of these amazing shows.
Buddy, I was born in Anaheim. That's my town.
Well,
and Disneyland's.
Just got to walk in. Then so Anaheim, Berlin, and then Japan again, and who knows after that. So, I'm pretty excited.
That's cool. You're gonna be. So this is why it's hard to schedule you this week.
It is. It really is. But we're here for our loyal listeners and viewers. We're here. So we're making it happen.
And if you haven't guessed, we're pre-recording the next episode for next week.
Yeah, we will, because I'll still be in Japan. But I do have a really cool announcement. Since this will post at 5 p.m. At the Tokyo Game Show, a video game that I have been working on for 6 years is being announced today. The teaser trailer is dropping. And in fact, I'll put a link to the teaser trailer in the metadata so that people can see it.
Congrats.
It's called People of Note. That's the name of the game. And I have written 9 songs for the game.
That's a lot of songs.
And that's all I can say. There will be other announcements, perhaps, of other things that I've done in the game, but those announcements will come later.
Well, we all know that you're famous for being a musician, and an audio producer. And that's it, right?
That's it.
There's nothing else you notably do in your career that has tons of entries on IMDb, like 100 entries.
Mm-hmm.
None of that.
I think more than that.
I'm sure more than that. Yeah. I don't remember.
So there may be more announcements of further involvement of mine with the game, but I can neither confirm nor deny today. The only thing I can confirm is that I wrote 9 songs for the game, and the whole game is music-based. It's a music-based TTRPG. So, or not TTRPG, sorry. It's a music-based RPG.
I'd say TTRPG. It's more of a video game. I'd say
TTRPG automatically. Anyway, so it is a music-based RPG game that I can't wait for people to see.
And what else does Jason do in his career that you can connect the dots on what is in this game? It's up to you, audience. That's cool, though. And by the way, we are recording this at 3 p.m. and this announcement is at 5 p.m. So, we've been a little behind, but we're trying our best.
Yeah, sorry about that, but at least we have not skipped an episode yet. Even though sometimes we're late, we're always on Tuesday. So, hopefully the streak continues
until we break it. But it hasn't been broken yet.
We haven't broken it yet.
We can always say see you next Tuesday, and it isn't just a rude thing to say.
Yeah, I was just about to say, hey, I know what that means.
No, it's real. It comes out on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
That's plausible.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that about does it, unless you have one last thing.
No, I was going to say thanks for telling us so much about your trip. I hadn't talked to you since you've been back, so you telling me about your trip is actually like you really telling me about your trip, so it's great.
I mean, I feel like I didn't say enough, but, I'm going to do some posts. I've been so tired adjusting to the time change. It's been it's a 14-hour difference.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much... It's even worse than 12 hours. Really, it's a lot. But I'm back, and I'm starting to remember that I need to work to earn money. And
I hate when I remember those things.
I hate it too. Yeah. I thought I'm just a tourist, and all I do is check out coffee shops and different sites of interest. But no, It turns out that's not what I do. Damn it.
Okay.
All right. Well, we need to see you off because you have your big performance.
Yep. I got to get going to that.
Got to get going. And then we will talk soon about our next thing. Yeah. And to all of you listening, see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Wait. Bye. Don't. Okay. Bye. Don't extrapolate more meaning. Bye.
No.
Intro Skippers with Jason Charles Miller and Kim Horcher is produced and edited by Kim Horcher and Jason Charles Miller. The name order doesn't really matter. Additional writing by Kim Horcher. Theme song and incidental music by Jason Charles Miller. Take it away, me. You can rate and review this show, 5 stars only please, anywhere you'd like, and you might find your review read on a future episode. Got a question? Email us at introskipperspod@gmail.com. That too could be featured on a future episode. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Intro Skippers on your favorite podcast platform, but preferably one we're actually on. All right, thanks for getting this far. Here's a special treat just for you. I'm gonna stop talking.